Hey everyone, this is Jason with Life After. I'm here at the Dell Diamond in Round Rock, Texas, about to attend a Round Rock Chamber Business Expo, and we're going to hear from the owner of Flix Brewhouse, which started right here in Round Rock and is now all over the place. So I'm a new member of the chamber and just getting used to all of these events. So I thought I'd introduce you to a few people here and show you kind of what some of their events are like. Hi, how are y'all? Doing well? Just y'all mind being on my vlog today? Why don't you just why don't you explain what's going on today?
So we're having our business forum and expo. It's going to be between Alan Reagan and Jason Ball. That's going to start at 4 o'clock, and then our expo is going to start at 5 o'clock.
Oh, fantastic. And so here's the expo. Technically, this does not start till 5. Let's show you around. The Spectrum. Central Transportation Systems. Financial.
So I'll be targeting the field.
Help people get jobs?
We do.
Okay.
Oh, Typhoon, Texas. That's fun. Hi. How are y'all? I'm good. Y'all don't mind being on my vlog, I assume. Just promoting the business. Oh, getting chapstick. Always need chapstick. Avoiding this. Traps everywhere. Oh, I gotta come through and enter all the contests. Oh, Texas Stars. I don't know if y'all know this. I'm actually a hockey fan. The Blues are my team. They just finally won the Stanley Cup, but I also love the Dallas Stars. Oh, the Serving Center. Oh, that's Cynthia Flores. I got to work on her campaign. She ran for state rep, unfortunately lost, but wonderful lady. The Police Foundation. Oh, no.
What do y'all do?
And Seton, that's the hospital, a network around here. All right, we'll talk to some of these folks in person later.
Okay. Can you ladies in the back hear me okay? Yes. All right, we got the thumbs up. We're shouting tonight. We got a lot to shout about. We're in Round Rock, Texas. That's worth shouting about. Right in and of itself. Right at the Dell Diamond. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Now, I suppose you're supposed to sit down, and I'll do that. And again, y'all can wave if we're not projecting to the back of the room, but usually that's not an issue, Jason.
All right, I'm gonna learn from Alan on how to do this better.
Diaphragm exercise.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, Alan, let's get started. You've been here for 25 years. Why did you choose Round Rock to land in?
Oh, good grief. That's a really interesting question. I won't go through all the drama of it, but I was up in Chicago, Illinois, getting really tired of winters, and I had some experience coming down to Austin back and forth over the years. I worked with a company called Bookstop that started in Austin, worked with a company called Hoovers Inc., which is a business information provider that started in Austin. And through a friend of a friend, the opportunity to purchase what is now Skyridge Plaza from the Resolution Trust Corporation which was formed in the aftermath of the famous savings and loan crisis of the late 1980s. This opportunity came available, and this was a case of being the last man standing. I came down to Round Rock in September 1992, and I remember going up and down I-35 at that time, and it was mostly vacant shopping center after mostly vacant shopping center. It was a classic Texas boom and bust scenario, and it almost looked like a ghost town. I went around to the property that was for sale from Skyridge Plaza. It was, because it had been taken over from the government, it had graffiti on it, trash was piled up, it was a mess. Love at first sight. I said, I gotta have this place. And that's how I came down here. I've outlasted some really big REITs and funds that were also bidding for that project, and went through 3 different rounds of best and final offers with the government. And this is just a case of where persistence really did pay off. Probably the best move that I ever made in my entire life was buying that shopping center and moving down from Chicago to be a full-time Round Rocker.
That's awesome. Now, to get connected in a new business community, what was one of the first things that you did when you got here?
Well, you know, they had a Chamber of Commerce back then, believe it or not. But I want to tell you, if you're new in town, this is like really getting acclimated on steroids, because as you can tell, people really want to reach out and help you grow your business, help you fit into the community, help explain kind of the political and social structure, and guide you and get a ton of introductions. So the very first thing that I did seriously when I came down here, and I actually already joined the chamber before we closed. I was pretty confident we were going to close on it. With the Flix Brewhouses, the first thing we do is we join the local Chamber of Commerce in all those communities that you just read about. So we write a lot of checks to a lot of chambers. I'm a big believer in what organizations like this are doing. And in Round Rock, I think we've got a really special chamber because of the whole public-private partnership with the city. Really allows the chamber in economic development to do things on steroids that you don't necessarily see in other communities. And we're members of a lot of chambers.
Thank you. That's a great story. Now we'll get to the Flix Brewhouse story in a second, but that's not your first enterprise that you started. You told us a fun story when I asked you what your first business ever was.
I don't think this is really a fair question, because now he did say that he wasn't going to ask me if I were an animal, what favorite animal would I be, or if I were a color, what color would it be, but it's almost there. So he said, what was your very first business? My very first business was, I was a pumpkin entrepreneur. At age 4, I had created a pumpkin patch and had a little Charlie Brown action. And this is back in the day when you could allow an unattended 4 or 5-year-old to wander around the neighborhood. So I grew all these pumpkins, put them in my little red radio flyer wagon, and went door to door peddling pumpkins. And I figured I could get the same price as they got at the Grand Union supermarket. So I wasn't shy about pricing my products. And I also remember there were some of the neighbors, grown-ups, who wanted to negotiate the price. With me at age 4 or 5. So I actually had to learn how to hold my ground and explain to them the value of my pumpkins and the care with which they were grown, and why the fact that they were perfectly round, because I take it to time to turn them, and all that sort of stuff. That was my first business.
So when you opened Flix Brewhouse, you're right here in 2011, how did you develop the idea of combining kind of those 3 elements of the movie theater, the brew pub, the restaurant experience? How did you bring all those together and say, this is what our product is?
Okay, well, people do ask a lot about the brewery, because that's what's really unique about Flix. The concept of a dine-in cinema had been invented before. At that particular time, it could stand a lot of improvement. Back then, just the dine-in cinemas didn't have reserved seating. They would have long rows of tables, and you'd have to crawl underneath them to go to the bathroom. And there's some people who remember those days that are nodding in the audience. Slope floor theaters, and they weren't very upscale. So I resolved that when the opportunity came to do Flix, that we were going to create something that at the time would be best in class. And that involved going to lots of different cinema eateries and seeing what worked, what didn't work, synthesizing ideas, and then creating some of our own ideas. For example, any of you who have been to Flix know about our sliding tabletop. That was an innovation that nobody had and nobody has. And we've recently taken that one step further. I won't talk about that quite yet. Now the brewery was kind of interesting because we came across an opportunity. There was a brewery that went bankrupt in Alpine, Texas, of all places. And it was being sold by the landlord. And I know a little something about landlords who seize property and sell things from delinquent tenants, so I felt pretty comfortable with that, saying, oh, Mr. Landlord, I can help you out. And so we went and bought this brewery, lock, stock, and barrel, loaded it up on 2 flatbed trailers from Alpine, Texas, brought it to Round Rock, put it in the back of some buildings that we had, and I said, I'm gonna figure out what to do with this brewery. I'm not quite exactly sure what it is, but I'm gonna figure it out. And at that time, we were also developing a restaurant concept that was tied in with the Nolan Ryan beef of the Express that we called Home Field Grill. And people said, well, if you're gonna have a brewery, the brew pub belongs in the casual dining restaurant. And I was like, well, no, I think it really belongs in the movie theater. And people looked at me kind of strange and said, no. A brew pub is a restaurant, not a movie theater. Nobody's done that. Precisely. Here's an opportunity, because what goes better than movies, beer, and pizza? I mean, there are a few other things, but movies, beer, and pizza is a pretty strong offering right there. And I said, and what if you could actually make awesome craft beer right on premises and bring that authenticity and that craft ethos to your establishment? So that was really the idea of combining the brewery. And I'll also admit, since we're in Round Rock, there's a little bit of one-upsmanship on this some draft thing in Austin. So there was a little bit of one-upmanship. I gotta plead guilty to that, okay? And by the way, we're all really good friends right now. I watched a couple of my friends who were the principals of Alamo drinks last night at Flix. They have to come up here and experience the real good stuff. So they really were happy with our AC IPA, by the way. I'm not going to sell it to them, though. So, okay, well, I do have a couple of pieces of advice. One piece of advice is, remember we talked about ignoring conventional wisdom sometimes? Remember how mom and dad and the coach always said, tackle the hardest stuff first? I hope somebody can remember that. We probably all heard that message. Don't be a shilly-shallyer. Go there and tackle the hardest stuff first. I think that's a bunch of nonsense. So my piece of advice is tackle the easiest stuff first. Why? You get some easy wins. You start building a track record. You get some confidence. You start getting some traction. If you go after the big, hairy, audacious goal, which you read about in all the business books, and you say, I got to do that first, you're never going to get there, because you've got to get some momentum in business. You've got to establish a track record. You've got to get some customers. Go for the low-hanging fruit first.
I love it. My entire staff is laughing at me because I've been talking to them about big, hairy, audacious goals. I'm doing it exactly backwards.
No, not really, but because you have the good fortune of joining an organization that already has a lot of momentum. That's an awesome organization. But if you were starting up a brand new Chamber of Commerce in Nowheresville, USA, I would tell you that starting out with a big, hairy, audacious goal, if you're starting from scratch, is probably not a really good idea. Okay? Now you're at the point where you can have the BHAG, and it's wonderful to have, and it's a great way to inspire people and stuff. But you asked the question about just getting started.
Okay, so this guy's going over, I know it's really loud in here, guys, is going over some of their equipment here. So this is an entire gaming system, computer, in just this tiny unit. It's completely spec'd out. Where'd he go? I lost him.
I was actually grabbing Ted. He's
Oh.
great with gaming.
Okay, great. How are you?
I'm Ted Aaron, nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
BTed72 online on Twitch and everything like that.
Oh,
so.
fantastic. I was just asking if you could go over a little bit about the specs and how this works and
Sure.
your business model and all that jazz.
Sure, we're Simply Nook. We do
Yes,
small
speak
form
really
computing.
loudly.
Sorry, small form computing. We are everything from your basic everyday units, the small unit you saw earlier, to your gaming machine. This is a Hades Canyon right here. It's an i7 with 32 or 764 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte SATA or PCI, depending what you want. As far as hard drive goes, you get up to two terabyte drives if you want, and it can do anything from hardcore rendering, like your Redshift, like Octane, all those other basic ones like that. And if you're talking about hardcore editing, like Houdini, Beat Pro, Vegas Pro, anything like that, it can also do that. We benchmarked this at 61 frames per second with Destiny 2 cranked up. That's not bad with currently. We did 4th on IGN's benchmark test on the Hades Canyon recently. So it can be gaming, it can be resolution, it can be rendering, it can be compiling. It kind of meets your needs. If you need smaller unit stuff, hold on 1 second. Let me borrow this for a second. You can have your own. This is your desktop right here, guys. You can plug in, have everything you need for your desktop in about, what do you think that's, about half a pound?
Yeah, about that.
Half a pound.
Maybe a pound. I don't.
Now, by keeping it so small, you don't have the same heating issues as you do otherwise. You don't have to worry about your fan, your multiple heat sinks, everything like that, because if you try to stick your hand back there,
Yeah.
what temperature would you say? Warm breeze?
Yeah, you can barely feel it.
And you know how hot you can get your computer,
Yes.
right? I've seen hit serious towers where you burn your thumb if you touch back there if you go too much. But here's your computing needs in a much smaller container. You're able to do a lot of different items with it. So definitely give us a look. We're simplynook.com if you have any questions with us. And Jason, thank you so much for your time.
This is my friend Cynthia Flores. She works at the Round Rock Serving Center. She's going to tell you a little bit about the amazing work they do.
Yeah, the Round Rock Area Serving Center is the food pantry and social service ministry. We serve southern Williamson County. So families that come to us needing food and financial assistance can come Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and on Saturday, 9 to 12. And we are able to talk to them about how it is that we can help, give them food and clothing. And again, they are able to come to us. We evaluate people's needs at the time of their visit. So we are not a government-funded program, and so we're really able to talk to them and see how it is that we can help.
So for those of you that are in the that are resellers like I am, they also have a thrift store, so you can go get some good deals there and resell it. And how can people help out?
Yeah. So our donation area is open Monday through Saturday from 8 to 4, and the community can donate items. We sort, price, and put those items in the store so volunteers can help do that. Of course, make your donation, come and help us in the store. And again, all of the money generated from the sales of those items goes right back to our program services. It is what helps us help our families. And currently we see 1,100 families a month that are coming to us for food and financial assistance. So please come. We are a volunteer organization, 6 paid staff, about 250 volunteers help us carry out our mission.
Awesome. So make sure to check out Round Rock Area Serving Center, guys. I'll yell when you get it. I am loud. All right. Just if you make it my card, it's a lot easier. I'll yell anyway, just out of excitement then. That's not me. Who is it? Hold on. What is it?
Lindy Clemens.
Lindy Clemens! You won! There you go. There you Sorry for those of you watching. And those of you watching.